Hello students, this will be the next class of your finance and accounting paper. I have explained in my last class regarding the journal entries, ledger account, and now I am going to show you today trial balance. I hope I made it clear to all of you the ledger account. What I am going to do, this it's but explaining in one class, it's like a lengthy problem I have chosen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you 2-3 problems for practice sake. I hope I have made it clear to all of you how to prepare the journal entries and post them in the ledger account. So that things by practice only you can get perfection. So I am going to move further. If you have any doubts and all, you can just WhatsApp me or you can mail me regarding your doubts and all. I'm going to clear there, okay, your doubts individually or something like that. So today I'm going to explain you regarding the trial balance. Trial balance, as I said, it's already like how accurately you have done your ledger account and your journal entries, that will be known through trial balance. Okay, so how correct you have done. If you make any mistake in one post by posting one journal entry, that will be definitely affecting. Suppose let's say instead of purchases you have made sales, so that means I have to receive the amount where cash has gone, you will be analyzing, isn't it? So over here also, so if at all why, what sort of mistake is there, that will be known through not what sort of exactly, but why there is some like some different, like there is some problem or some accuracy is not there, some problem is there, will be known if the trial through trial balance only. So the transaction that has been posted, balanced and all are there according to the requirement and all, that will be known as such. So here also trial balance is nothing but basically it's prepared to get the accuracy of the accounts, how correctly you have done, and all will be known through this trial balance only. Okay, you can read it over here. I just explain you, it is nothing but it will be prepared at the end of the month, every month as such. So that is being known through trial balance. So how correctly you have done your journal entries, ledger accounts will be known through trial balance. So this is the next step in financial accounting after journal entries and ledger. Okay, so how correctly you have done ledger accounts and all will be known through trial balance. Okay, the next is basically this is the performer of trial balance. The number, that is nothing but the serial number, name of the account means over here the just like I have prepared you, if you remember, we have prepared purchases account, cash account and all in ledger accounts. That balances you are going to write down the names over here. Okay, the second column, this is nothing but the serial number. Debit amount is nothing but all the debits. Credit amounts are nothing but all the credits. Now I am going to show you what all consist of debit side and what all consist of credit side. Amounts we are going to write down and the name of the accounts we are going to write down over here. So now debit side, all the things which come as expenses, losses, assets and drawings. Basically expenses and losses are nothing but you heard it right, that is nothing but rent paid, rent received or income, interest paid, commission paid, and these all are nothing but the expenses which you incur. Wages paid and all, salary paid, these all are nothing but stationery, these all are nothing but the expenses. Losses means loss due to fire and all, that you are going to take on the credits, that is nothing but on the debit side itself. And assets and drawings. Now assets means over here, let me explain you regarding the drawings. First of all, drawings are nothing but it's nothing but your drawings for personal use. Withdraw for personal use, drawings for all those will come under drawings as such. So now why we are writing on the debit side, because it's nothing but an expenditure for you, date monthly or quarterly, whatever you make an expenditure. Drawings are nothing but basically you withdraw either for your personal use or it could be for office use, that will be specified as it most probably personal use. When you withdraw that, you are going to write down on the debit side. And the other thing which will come is assets. These all things, if they have given in the question, it is nothing but you have to take on the debit side the amount, that is nothing but here debit side. So now assets include furniture, Yeah, these all I have already explained you what all the assets are. Assets are nothing but these belongs to real assets. I said real account. I said you debit what comes in, credit what I heard. I guess you remember that. Now assets include what all the company owns. That is nothing but what all the company possesses: furniture, building, land, property, plant and machinery, right? Motor vehicle, stock. This is that stock is nothing but the raw material. These all are nothing but the things which you possess, which the company possess. So what all the company possess, what all the company has, that you're going to take it on the debit side as such. Now debtors. Let me explain you about the debtors because it's a first time subject for you. You never heard, so I'm going to explain about that. Debtors are nothing but these are the people to whom you have given the raw material. You have supplied the raw materials, right? So you have to come. You will get back the amount from them. So these are nothing but the debts you are giving to others. These are nothing but the your debts in just not in terms of money but in terms of raw material. You are supplying the raw material to the outside parties. So now one or two persons will not be there, isn't it? Suppose I have given some raw materials to some party, some some X, some Y, some Z. I cannot write that I have supplied the raw material to X. I have to receive from him 30,000. I cannot write I have supplied the raw materials to Y. I have to receive from him 50,000. I cannot. So what I am going to do, I'm going to dump all these names under one account because I have to receive from all of them. 1 lakh I have received from everybody. So why to write separately their names? I am going to dump under one account called as debtors account. So these are nothing but you are the suppliers to them. You have supplied the debts to them in terms of raw materials. Okay, so they have to give you amount. So it's an asset for you, isn't it? It's an amount which has to come to you. So it is an asset. So that also you're going to take it on the asset side of not debit side of trial balance. And now stock, as I said, it is familiar. I hope I made it clear. So these all the things apart from this, any other asset, suppose some furniture, some source from where money is coming, those all you are going to write in the asset account. Okay, cash in bank, cash in hand. If you write, these all are nothing, also nothing but the things which you possess in your hands as such. Now another credit side, what are the things you're going to take is incomes, gains, liabilities, and capital. Income and gains are nothing but rent received, commission received, interest received, right? Gain on some ticket, you have won some lottery ticket, something like that. Those all will come under credit side of trial balance. And liabilities are nothing but something which you are liable to provide the service or you are liable to pay the amount as such. Liable in sense you are supposed to, isn't it? So that is nothing but liability. Now what all liabilities includes are share capital. It could be equity share capital. You are not BCom graduates or MBA graduates, so that I need to go in detail of various types of capital. Just listen this. Key liabilities are nothing but capital of the business. Capital of the business means unless and until you don't receive the entire amount of capital what you have invested, you are liable to earn that money, isn't it? So that is nothing but share capitals and liability. Loan from bank, suppose you have taken a loan from some person, also from bank also, it's a liability. You have to prepay them back, so it's a liability. Debenture is also a long term loan which you take from the outside parties. The companies and all, they take a long term loan from the outside party. Reserves and surplus are nothing but a chart of reserves you keep aside so that you're going to use them at the time of need as such. If at all any losses and all are expected to come, you're going to use this money as such. Long term loans I have already explained you. Bonds are nothing but it's also a long term loan. It is a sort of a government loan which the government takes from the other parties. Okay. Creditors are nothing but basically these are the suppliers to you. Okay, suppose I have taken raw materials from the other parties, I am liable to repay back them. So these are nothing but the creditors. I hope I made it clear to all of you. So this all the things. This, if at all any assets are given, you are going to take on the debit side the amount. If suppose the liabilities have been given, you have to take on the credit side of the amount. I hope I made it clear. So these are the things, 4 things to be noted. What are the 4 things? If suppose expenses, losses, assets and drawings has been given, you need to take that name and the debit side amount. Whereas if suppose credit side, the liabilities or incomes, gains and liabilities have been given, you are going to take on the credit side the amount. Okay, I hope I made it clear. So this is the question. Let me explain you the question, then we are going to do a problem. Then I'll come back to the problem which I have explained you in my last class. That ledger account we are going to prepare the trial balance also. Let's check out this question first of all. From the following ledger balances, prepare a trial balance as on 31st March 2015. Now the name of the account is bank account, cash, capital, furniture, motorcycle, rent paid, purchases, loan from Madhavan, sales, wages, insurance, creditors, stationery and return outward. Now bank account is what? It's nothing but it's an asset to you, isn't it? You have an amount in the bank, isn't it? So it will come on the debit side. Remember this. Okay, it will come on the debit side. So let's this is the question. From the following ledger balances, prepare a trial balance as on 31st March 2015. Bank account. Bank account is nothing but it is an asset. Yeah, cash is an asset. Capital is a liability. It's a nothing but you start the business with it. So it is a liability for you, so it will go on the liability side. Furniture, it's an asset, so it will come on the asset side. Motorcycle, asset. Rent paid, it's an expenditure, so it will come on the debit side. The debit side. Purchases on the debit side because it's an expenditure. Loan from Madhavan means you have taken a loan from Madhavan, so it's an liability which you take, so it will come on the liability side. The other is sales 35,000. Sales 35,000, it is an income for you because when you sell goods of 35,000 you're going to get that amount, so it is a that's it will come on the credit side. Wages, it's nothing but an expenditure for you, so it will come on the debit side. Insurance, it will come on the debit side with an expenditure. When unless he gives you wages received, then only you need to consider it as a credit one. Here it is all the wages, insurance, such things is being given, means there is nothing much an expenditure what you made. Creditors are nothing much an liability, you need to take on the credit side. Stationery, it's an expenditure, you need to take on the debit side. Return outward, return, let me tell you the two differences. Return inward is one thing and return outwards are two other these two are two different things. Return inward means it's coming into the business, so when you have sold only it will come inside the business, it will come inside the business, right? So it is a sales return is nothing but return inward. Return outward means purchase return, when you have purchased and returning, so it is going out. Okay, remember this. Inward means sales because it is when you are selling it is coming into the business. In the word in, remember this. So returns outward means you have purchased and returning, it's going out of the business, so it is a purchase return. So when you are purchasing and returning, what is happening? It is going out. So when you are purchasing and returning, the cash will come to you, isn't it? You because what you have paid, you're going to get back that amount out of some. See here, let's say 85,000 only. Out of 85,000, you're returning the goods of 5,000. So what will happen? 5,000 will come to you, isn't it? So this is coming into the business. When it is coming in, it's nothing but it's an income for you. So it will come on the credit side of trial balance. Okay, I hope I made it clear to all of you. So let's do this problem. So let's check out the question. We'll do it simultaneously over here. Trial balance as on of ABC Limited as on 31st December 2015. Name of the account, debit amount, credit amount. Okay, so let's take the question. What I have said, we are going to write those all the things. Bank account 2000. Bank is an asset, so it will come, when I said asset, it will come on the debit side. I said you all the items which will come on the asset or liabilities as such. So Here bank account, let's write down the very first thing. Bank account, the amount is asset 2000. Next is cash account. Cash account is 57,000. So cash, it will come on the debit side, it's an asset for you. The amount is 57,000. The another one is capital account. It's a liability, it will come on the credit side, 1,50,000. I said, see, you can check out over here. Liability, bank is an asset, cash is an asset, capital is a liability asset. What's the next one? Furniture. Furniture is an asset, so you are going to take it on the asset side. The amount is 25,000, debit side assets. Next is motorcycle. You can check out the question and do accordingly. I am just copying what I have taken. Rent paid 2,000 on the debit side. Purchases account 85,000 on the debit side. Send 85,000. Next is loan from Madhavan. Loan from Madhavan is nothing but it is a liability for you. So liability will come on the credit side. So amount is 25,000. Next is sales. Sales is an income, so it will come on the credit side. The amount is 35,000. Next is wages. Wages, it will come on the debit side, it's an expenditure for you. Next is insurance. It's an expenditure, so it will come on the debit side. Next is creditors. Creditors, I have already said you, these are nothing but the suppliers for you. So it's a liability, you are supposed to return them back, isn't it? So 20,000 liability will come on the credit side. Next is stationery. Stationery is 1,000 on the debit side. Next is return outward. It is coming, it is going out. So you will be paid for that amount what you are returning. So it's an income for you in one way. So 5,000 on the debit side. Now the next step is totaling up the debit amount and the credit amount. If it is equal, that means it is an whatever you have done is right. The journal entries, ledger account and all. If at all it is not tallying, that means you have made some mistake. So what you have to do is total it up. You will get both the sides. Some 2,35,000. 2,35,000. So that means what you have done is right. In the exam also, if he gives you prepare the trial balance from the information, so you need to do like this. You need to take which item goes where, bank, expense. You should remember that. By word terminologies, you can understand which word is belonging to expenditure, which word is belonging to losses, which word is belonging to assets, and drawings. So he'll directly specify drawings like how he has specified capital asset. You need to take accordingly like that only and tally. The trial means trial and error. So if at all any error is there, one more time you will go back and do the correction. This is we need not to do, but the practical experience ones, the companies and all, they do like this. So here also I hope I made it clear how to prepare a trial balance. So now I am going to show you the problem which we have done in my last class, journal entries, ledger account and trial balance. Let me show you that. These were the ledger accounts, right? Now let me tell you, Now bank account is there. One way of doing is that tallying. The question is being given, and suppose if he is asking journal entry, ledger account, and prepare the trial balance, this is how you need to do. Bank, where is the amount? Debit side 9,390. That means you have to take on the debit side of trial balance also. Balance brought down, where are you writing? You have to take this amount on the debit side only. Now, this is an account of Vishwanath. We were preparing that only, isn't it? Now it's a Venkat account. Venkat account, what is the balance? Balance is not coming, so we need not to take his name. Discount received account, what is the balance brought down on the credit side? So on the one explanation is it is an income which you have received this, and the other is if it is coming on the credit side, you need to take on the credit side of trial balance. Here also discount paid, it is coming on the debit side, balance brought down. So you have to take in the trial balance also debit side. Rent paid here, that means balance brought down, it's coming on the debit side, so you have to take on the debit side only. So here also this is another Vishwanath Capital, it is coming on the credit side, so it will come on the credit side of the trial balance. Machinery accounts coming, balance brought down. I am telling again and again, once the balance brought down, you have to see if it is coming on the debit side, it's an asset or expenditure or loss for you. If it is coming on the credit side, it means it's an income, it's an gain, it is an liability for you. So here also you can see, let's do this problem. Trial balance of Vishwanath. The problem which I have done in my last class, this is the continuation of this question. Ledger account we have done. Now you have to prepare the trial balance out of this question. So this is how credit balance brought down, wherever it is brought down. If it is, this is a debit side, this is a credit side. If balance brought down is on the credit side, the trial balance also you need to write on the credit side only. If the balance brought down is on the debit side, you need to take in the trial balance also on the debit side, the amount and the name of the account simultaneously. Let's do this problem. So now here I am going to show you the books in the trial balance in the books of Vishwanath as on 31st March 2014. I am going to talk about the problem which I have done in my last class. Journalize the following transactions in the books of Vishwanath and prepare the ledger accounts, and we are going to do simultaneously the trial balance also. This is to show you what is the procedure of posting the journal entries and ledger account on our trial balance. So we have done this, all the journal entries as well as the ledger accounts. So let's move on to the ledger accounts to show you which things goes where. The Vishwanath Capital, the very first thing is on the, it's coming on the credit side, the amount is 30,000. So let's take that amount 30,000 on the credit side. Next is what? Next is machinery account. Okay. Next is machinery account. The amount is 5,000. It will come on the debit side as the amount is on the balance brought down is on the debit side. Next is purchase account. Purchase account is on the debit side. The amount is 5,500. Next is, let's check out the next one. Purchase over sales. Sales is coming, the debit balance brought down is coming on the credit side 13,000. So let's take the credit side amount 13,000. The amount is sales. The amount is 13,000. What's the next one? Let's check out the next account. Jaisimha, see what is happening. There is no brought downs. The balance is closed. He has received we have paid the cash, we have made the purchases, we have paid the cash and discount received over the account is closed. So from here nothing will come in the trial balance. If brought down is only there, that need to be carried down in the trial balance in the from the ledger accounts. Next is interest received. Interest received, the amount is coming on the credit side 2000, and also it's an income for you, so we are going to write down on the credit side interest received, the amount is 2000. So what's the next one? So in this accounts are all over. Yeah, so let's move on to the next one. Bank account debit balance 9390. 9390. Next is Venkat account also closed, no balance brought down, so we need not to take that in the trial balance. Discount received 100 and discount paid 110. So let's take that also. Discount received 100 and discount paid 110. Credit side balance it will come because it's an asset, it's an income for you. Discount paid 110. And also what is another one? Rent also debit side means it's rent paid. So let's take like that. Let's take that also. Rent paid. The amount is 500. So now we have taken all of them. What one more thing is the cash account. If you remember, we have done cash account. You can check out over here cash account. This is also Vishwanath Capital only 24,600. This is debit balance. So let's take this one also, cash account. It's a debit balance 24,600. Now all the items are over. So now you need to total it up. We have taken almost all the items. So the total is 45,100. 45,100. This means here your trial balance is tallied. That means tallied, you use the word tally when it is equal. So it's tallied. So that is the reason it said that whatever you have done, the journal entries and ledger account is correct. So this is what is the thing. If it is the balance brought down into on the credit side, you need to take that amount on the credit side only, and the other is a liability for you. The other explanation, machinery is an asset as well as it's an the asset for you, and the other thing is it's written on the debit side. The from the ledger account also you have taken from the debit side only. So that is how the explanation is. So with this I hope you all got the trial balance part. So I am going to wind up the journal entries, ledger accounts and trial balance thing over here, because trial balance is a bit easy, and ledger account is also the explanation part regarding the journal entries is only very important. If you get that, it's very easy to do the journal entry, ledger account as well as the trial balance also. So what I am going to do, I am going to ask you to do any two problems. I am going to give you an assignment for doing this journal entries, ledger account and trial balance. So I'll wind up this trial balance here. Only two problems are enough for this. So I am going to show you the next thing, that is the what I can say is next topic of your. And one more thing what I want to explain over here is, suppose in the exam he asked you to prepare a trial balance, like how I said, just from the question prepare a trial balance, he said no. Let me show you that part. See, as such here is you from this ledger accounts the amount to prepare the trial balance. So what we have done is we have prepared, isn't it? This is how we have prepared. Suppose there is a mismatch, it is not tallying. You have done your best, you have written all the things exactly at their places, expenses, losses, assets and drawings, everything at their places, still it is not tally. So what you can do is credits also the same manner. If suppose there is a difference of credit side, some amount, some 2000 is less, let's say. So what you have to do is you have to create an artificial name called suspense account. Okay, I am going to write down over here. You are going to create a account called suspense account as such, and write down the difference. If suppose 5000 difference is there, 5000 or whatever the difference amount is there, whichever side is less, you have to write down the amount, and the name of the account will be suspense account. So that means there is some miscalculation, there is no proper calculation as such, just an explanation. If at all there is a mismatch, you can create a, there is no like it's not tallying, so you can create an account called, you have done your best, that there is a mistake definitely. So what you can do is you can create a suspense account and write down the amount. So this is what it is. So I am going to move on to the next topic now. So that is a cash account. Let me explain you about the cash account to you all now. So here it is. Cash is a current asset. So the next topic of your first unit is cash book. So let me explain you about the cash book to all of you. Cash is nothing but is an asset. As I said already, cash in hand also it could be, or cash at bank, or cash at bank also. Each and every company, they have to maintain certain cash in their hand, so that there should not be any shortage of cash. See, for day-to-day operations, there should be cash in their hand, or medium of exchange, isn't it? So they should have cash in their hands, as well as they need some sort of cash in the bank also. So for that reason, it is said that it's very good if you maintain a, it should not be like, it should not be rigid, that it should not be shortage of cash also, and it should not be more excess of cash also, so that thefts and all happen in the offices. So a medium, an average level cash has to be maintained in all the companies as such. A certain, that to know how much cash has been taken and how much cash has been paid or received. So that reason cash book is being prepared. Okay, so receipts and payments are maintained in an account called as cash book. I hope I made it clear to all of you. So in accounting and finance, cash includes currency notes made of papers, coins, demand deposits, money orders, checks and bank overdrafts and all. So this is like just in detail we need not to go, because just an overview I am going to give you, because your first unit consists of some 3 units of BCom students. So it's like that. So that is the reason what I am going, 2 units, not 3 units also, you can say it is 3 units, because BRS, one bank reconciliation statement is also there, journal entries, ledger account, trial balance is 1 unit, it will be, this cash book will be another unit, and another will be your bank reconciliation statement. And what is important for from the exam point of view also I am going to explain you. So the cash book is used to record receipts and payments of cash. It works as a book of original entry as well as a ledger account. So it basically we record daily transaction, the receipts and payments whatever you have made in an organization during an accounting period, for 1 month or 2 months, like that. So the entries related to receipts and payment of cash are first recorded in the cash book. So that means they are first recorded in the cash book, and they are posted to the relevant ledger account. So before posting into ledger account also, they are going to post in the cash book as such. Okay. So moreover, a cash book is a substitute for cash account in the ledger. Company that properly maintains a cash book does not need to open a cash account in its ledger as such. Okay. So just what you want need to understood is, it's nothing but why it has been written current asset, because current is nothing but for a shorter period you are going to use it, for 1 year, whenever an asset is called a current asset, whenever you are using it for 1 year or less than 1 year. When you are using for 5 years, certain assets, when you are using for 5 to 10 years, 15 years, and as long as a asset will serve the business that long, it will be a long term asset. Here it is a current asset. There are two different types of assets also, current assets and non current assets. Current means for the shorter period, non current means for a longer period, 5 to 10 years, 15 years, something like that you are going to use. So the cash book is used to record receipts and payments of cash. It works as a books of original entry as well as a ledger account. So there are different types of cash account. So types of cash book. There are four major types of cash book that companies usually maintain to account of the cash flows. A single column cash book. A single column cash book has one amount column for each side. That just now what we have done ledger account in my last class, if you remember, we have maintained we have prepared a cash book, isn't it? So I'm just going to show you that this is the procedure. That is the reason it is known as it is. I'm just going to show you. This account we have prepared. No, single column will be there, amount, receipts all we are going to write down on the debit side, payments all we are going to write down on the credit side. So this is nothing but single column cash book. This procedure of doing the problem is known as single column cash book. All the receipts of cash we are going to write on the debits, all the payments of cash we are going to write down on the credits. Okay, so this is what is a single column cash book. This is one explanation for you, and the other is, and most of you know, said like some of the messages came to me that madam you put this on the full screen, PPT on a full screen. The thing is, I need to jump from one slide to another slide. One, like I'll be doing one problem, then I may need to explain you the theoretical part. So keeping our screen big, I'll try to do, but these things happen when I'm switching one screen to another screen. So that another screen means switching the slide as such. Okay, for doing problems and all this happens as such. So this is nothing but single column cash book. Only cash transactions we are going to record, whereas a double column cash book to record cash as well as bank transaction. Double column cash book means over here it will be double. You are going to write down all the cash transactions in the cash account, all the bank related transactions in the bank account. Okay, so or anything is being taken place, bank account will be prepared separately. Suppose let's say cash paid into bank. So what is happening, cash is also is coming into picture, cash is going out, and who is the receiver? Bank is the receiver. So in this situation you need to prepare two accounts. So here with this I'm just going to show you this account where I have kept that. Yeah, so with this you are going to write down a separate account called as cash and bank account, one more column. Okay, uh, that is an explanation for this. You will not be asked problems on cash book, single column cash book, double column cash book, and triple column cash book. You will be asked a problem on petty cash book. I'm going to show you that. Triple column cash book means to record cash, bank, discount received, and discount paid columns. So here this separate account, as I said, we have done problems on discount paid and discount received here. So here let's say here what is happening, suppose let's say 2900 Jaisima has been paid 2900. A separate account will be maintained called discount paid 100 rupees, discount received as such. Here discount receipts will come, here discount paid will come on the debit side, because it's an expenditure for you, you are paying. So it will so here 100 rupees, one another column will be prepared, discount paid. Here another column will be prepared, discount received as such. So that is how one extra column will be prepared with bank account, cash account, bank account, and discount paid and discount account. So that is how three columns will be prepared for this. So in this problem will not be asked, questions will not be asked, but question theoretical part is also for 2 marks, hardly they may ask you. But in long answers he'll definitely ask you petty cash book, and one more important part is the BRS, bank reconciliation statement. So single column though I have shown you, that is how you need to do. If at all he asks you to do double column also, you just need to add an extra column called bank. Here also you need to add extra two columns is cash, bank and discount receipt. Three columns will be there. Okay, on the debit side as well as on the credit side. So now I am going to explain you the petty cash book. Petty cash book. See the word petty, what it is said, daily transactions. See all the offices and all, they may have small expenses also. There can the amount will be so less, like 10 rupees, 20 rupees, something like that. So they have to make larger number of payments. The business transactions, big business enterprises will be there. They have to make large number of payments like carriage, carrier, coolie hire, postage, right? Refreshments to the customers, cartage and all. So if all these payments, petty expenses, they cannot record them in big cash book. So it will become very bulky, because all that things, petty expenses, stationery and all, we cannot record it separately in the cash book as well, in separate in cash book. So usually these payments are made and recorded by the petty cashier, a person other than main cashier. A petty cashier also will be there in the companies who maintain this. So to record all these small payments, a separate book is maintained known as petty cash book. So for recording all the small payments, for recording all the small payments which will be made by the cash book are recorded in the petty cash book. If all these transactions are recorded in the main cash book, their recording will not be relevant as well as inconvenient, because it consumes a lot of time for a cashier. Okay, so for that reason a petty cashier is appointed by the business to make payments of all such petty expenses. Okay, so that is the reason petty cash book is prepared. I hope I made it clear to all of you. I am going to show you the performer of petty cash book. So this is a performer of petty cash book. Almost every time, like every alternate semester, he'll give you this problem. Like this is very important and easy also. I'm just going to show you the performer. This is the performer: receipt, date, voucher number, and particular. The details are nothing but the particulars, total amount, and the expenses one. Expenses like cartage if it all is being given, postage if it all is being given, you need to take all that payments as such over here. Expenditure 1, expenditure 2, like individually you need to take all of them and write down the details, total it up. That is how the total expenditure, like how what we are doing over here is piling up all the payments that we have made in a for a petty expenses as such. Those all need to be taken. So what I'm going to do, this is a performer problem I'm going to show you in my next class. So I'll wind up the class here itself. I hope I made you understand the concept of journal entries, ledger account and trial balance. Like it's a more problems if you do, you will get used to it and you will be interested to do also. It will become easy. I'm going to give you the practicing problem for assignment. Do that problem. That will be an added marks in your internals. So do problem and do practice more and more. Okay, see all of you guys. Bye all of you.